Welcome back, students. In the previous class we have seen about the response of the second order system for undamped case and underdamped cases. In today's class we will see about the response of the second order system for critically damped case. Okay. So, we will first of all write the equation for C of s by R of s, and then we will start doing the partial fractions for that, and we will be getting the some equation and we will draw the graph for it. Okay, and that will give the response of the second order system for step input. Okay, so all the inputs that are given as step input only here. So let us start now. A response of second order system for critically damped case. For critically damped case and step input. For critically damped case and step input. The standard form of the closed loop transfer function, form of closed loop transfer function of a second order system is, already we have written so many times in the previous cases, C of s by R of s is equals to omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n plus omega n square. So, this is the equation that is having the C of s by R of s is equals to omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega n plus omega n square. Now, for critical damping, what is the value of zeta? For critical damping, the value of zeta is equals to 1. You have to remember this one, critical damping zeta is equals to 1, and therefore, C of s by R of s is equals to C of s by R of s is equals to omega n square divided by s square plus 2 omega n plus omega n square. So, it can be written as omega n square divided by s plus omega n whole square, also we can write, because it is in the form of, why, because we kept zeta is equals to 1, then it becomes the form of a plus b whole square. Okay. After writing this equation, we do the partial fractions, and also we find the value of a, b and c, and therefore we substitute there and we will get the equation that is represented in the graph. Okay. So, when we take the unit step input, okay, unit step input if you are taking, then R of t is equals to 1, right? So, we are taking the step input for a second order system for a critically damped case. Step input R of t is equals to 1. That one we will write here. For writing that one, when the input is step input, that is R of t is equals to 1, then R of s is equals to 1 by s. As I have already told you, R of t is 1, then R of s is 1 by s. Now, this R of s is 1 by s. So, what we write is the response in the s domain is the response in the s domain is C of s by R of S is equals to the equation C of S is equals to R of S into omega n square divided by S plus omega n whole square. So, what is R of S? R of S is 1 by S. 1 by S into omega n square divided by S plus omega n whole square, that is equals to C of S. Now, we are applying the partial fractions for this. By applying the partial fractions for this equation. So, by applying the partial fractions for this term, it is we will be getting C of S is equals to 1 by, so we will write this equation omega n square divided by S into S plus omega n whole square, that is equals to A by S plus B by S plus omega n plus C by S plus omega n whole square. If you do the partial fraction for this and you can get the values of A, B and C here, what you do here is omega n square is equals to by S into S plus omega n whole square is equals to A into, we take the LCM first, A into S plus omega n whole square plus B into S into S plus omega n plus C into S. Okay, this is the equation what we get here. So, this terms gets cancelled, omega n square is equals to A into S plus omega n whole square plus Bs into S plus omega n plus Cs. And now what we do here is A into S square plus B square plus 2AB, A square plus B square plus 2AB plus Bs square plus Bs omega n plus Cs. Now comparing on both sides. So, you are having the equation here, that is A into S square plus A into omega n square plus 2as into omega n plus Bs square plus Bs omega n plus Cs. So, for this what you have to do is you have to compare on both sides the equation. Comparing the equation on both sides, what we get is, so comparing the equation on both sides, here omega n square is equals to A into S square. So, A into omega n square, the coefficient is 1 here. So, A is equals to 1 and therefore, we get one more equation, A plus B into S square is there. So, A plus B is equals to 0. So, B is equals to minus A, that is B is equals to minus 1. A is equals to 1 and B is equals to minus 1 by comparison. Now, we are having one more thing here, that is this thing S term. So, what is the S term? 2as omega n, 2as omega n, that is 2a omega n plus b omega n plus c is equals to 0. As we know the a and b values, we can substitute here. 2 omega n minus omega n plus c is equals to 0. So, omega n minus c is equals to omega n plus c is equals to 0. C is equals to minus omega n. So, we have got the values of a, b and c. A is equals to 1, b is equals to minus 1 and c is equals to minus omega n. Now, let us substitute these values here. Let us substitute these values here and see what are the terms we are getting now. we will see the terms that are getting here. Omega n square by s into s plus omega n whole square is equals to 1 by s minus 1 by s plus omega n plus minus omega n divided by s plus omega n whole square. So this is the term what we are getting, omega n square by s into s plus omega n. By substituting these values, we are getting the following equation. Now we will get the response in time domain. The response in the time domain is, what we get the response in the time domain, we have to see that this C of s by R of s is having this value. So we will C of s is equals to this complete value. Okay, this C of s is equals to this value. Okay, now C of s is equals to 1 by s minus 1 by s plus omega n minus omega n divided by s plus omega n whole square. Okay, now we will do this in time domain. C of t. C of t is equals to, what is the 1 by s time domain? 1 minus 1 by s plus omega n. We have seen the previous values that what is 1 by s plus 1? It is s plus omega n. It is e power minus omega n t. What we do here is we will write the equation first. C of t is equals to L inverse of C of s. So inverse Laplace transform of C of s. This complete C of s we have to do inverse Laplace transform for this equation. These three equations we have to do inverse Laplace transform. If you remember these values, we can easily get that particular C of t in terms of t only. So we will apply here the response in time domain. The response in the time domain is L inverse of 1 by s minus omega n divided by s plus omega n whole square minus 1 by s plus omega n. After applying the inverse Laplace transform, C of t is equals to L inverse of 1 by s, it is 1 minus omega n, it is common, and t into e power minus omega n t. Okay. So omega n should be written like this only. It is 1 minus omega n t into e power minus omega n t. Why? Because 1 by s plus omega n whole square is equals to t into e power minus omega n t. Minus, what is 1 by s plus omega n inverse Laplace transform? E power minus omega n t. E power minus omega n t is the inverse Laplace transform. So we are getting this equation that is equals to 1 minus omega n into t into e power minus omega n into t minus e power minus omega n into t. So we can take out common e power minus omega n t here. So 1 minus e power minus omega n into t plus 1. Here one more term is there, omega n into t. So it is 1 minus e power minus omega n into t into 1 plus omega n into t. So C of t is equals to this value in the time response, in the time domain, and therefore what is the response? Means here you are not having any oscillations like that. So we will see that in the critically damped case we are having no oscillations. According to this equation, the response of the second order system is as follows. System is as follows. So you are seeing this equation. According to the equation, we will be drawing one graph, that is C of t, and it will not have any oscillations in the previous cases like this. So this will be the graph for the response for a second order system in a critically damped case, for step input only. For the step input, this is the response for second order system for critically damped case and step input. So what we say here is the response, the final statement is the response of the critically damped second order system has no oscillations. The response of second order critically damped case has no oscillations. As you are seeing here, this particular oscillations are removed here. So it is a critically damped case. Okay. Now we will see here that this is the particular response, the critically damped case, and we are having next is the over damped case also. Okay. Now this for step input, all are these calculate for the step input function only. Now we will see about the response of the second order system for step input and critical over damped case. Response of the second order system for over damped case and when the input is step input, and the input is step input. As usual, the equation C of S by R of S is equals to omega n square by S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square is the second order equation, the transfer function of C of S by R of S. Now for over damped system, zeta value is always greater than 1. Zeta value is greater than 1 and the roots of this are real and distinct. Distinct for this denominator equation. Okay. And if you see this, the roots are real and distinct. Now let the roots will be SA and SB. As he is saying that they are real and they are distinct, we treat the roots are SA and SB. Let the roots be SA and SB respectively. Okay. Now these are two roots, SA and SB. Now what we do is SA and SD we will be writing. As we know how the over damped case the roots are already we have written, so you can verify that one. SA comma SB is equals to minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n into square root of zeta square minus 1. Okay. Now, if you do this one minus common, minus of zeta omega n plus or minus square root of 1 minus zeta square, so it will become like minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega d. We can write omega n into square root of zeta square minus 1 minus zeta square as omega d also, plus or minus omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square. So, therefore, S1 and S2 are, S1 is equals to minus SA and S2 is equals to minus SB. These are the real and distinct roots, no? So, for the equation we are having S1 and S2. S1 is equals to minus SA in the sense zeta omega n plus or here minus is there, no? So, it is minus omega n into square root of zeta square minus 1, square root of zeta square minus 1, and here S2 is equals to zeta omega n plus omega n into square root of 1 minus, sorry, omega n into square root of 1 zeta square minus 1. So, these are the two, S1 and S2 are the two values, and now the closed loop transfer function, the closed loop transfer function can be written, transfer function can be written as like the closed loop transfer function is for S1 and S2 in terms of S1 and S2, in terms of the S1 and S2. These in terms of S1 and S2, what we get here is C of S by R of S is equals to omega n square divided by S square plus 2 zeta omega n plus omega n square, that is equals to omega n square divided by S plus S1 into S plus S2. We are writing the factors form like this, as these are roots we are writing this denominator as S plus S1 into S plus S2. We are assuming that and writing. Okay. Now, for unit step input, as we know that for unit step input, what we have is C of S is equals to R of S R of t is equal, R of input R of t is equals to 1 and R of S is equals to 1 by S. So, therefore, C of S is equals to R of S into omega n square divided by S plus S1 into S plus S2. So, these are the values, that is equals to 1 by S into omega n square divided by S plus S1 into S plus S2. Okay, C of S is equals to this value. So, what we can do here, this we got the value C of S from this, and now what we do is we are finding out this partial fractions for this expression. By applying the partial fractions, partial fraction to above expression what we get is we write it here. C of s is equals to omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square, that is equals to omega n square. Here it is omega n square. So C of s is equals to R of s into omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. Okay, that is equals to R of s into omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square, that is equals to R of s is 1 by s. Okay, R of s is 1 by s into omega n square divided by s 1 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2. C of s is equals to R of s into omega n square, that is equals to omega n square So for this we have to write the partial fraction now. Omega n square divided by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2 is equals to a by s plus b by s plus 1 plus c by s plus 2. After finding the particular values of a, b and c, we have to do the partial fractions. For this we are doing the partial fraction as we have done in the previous cases. The same way we are doing the partial fractions and getting the values for it. And a is equals to 1 and b is equals to minus omega n divided by 2 into square root of zeta square minus 1 and into 1 by s1, and c is equals to omega n divided by 2 into square root of zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s2. So we can solve these equations. And get a is equals to 1 and b is equals to minus omega n by 2 into square root of zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s1, and here it is 1 by s2. Now writing the complete form after expanding that one, what we get is here. So a value, b and c values should be substituted. After substitution, what we get the value we can see. So now C of s is equals to a by s, means it is 1 by s, and b value is minus omega n divided by 2 into square root of zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s1 into 1 by s plus 1 plus, and one more thing is c value. So plus c omega n into, so I can write this value here, plus c is omega n into divided by 2 square root of zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s2 into 1 by s plus 2. This value we are getting is for C of S, this total value. Now 1 by S minus this term plus this complete term. Okay. Now what we do here is we will be doing it in the inverse Laplace transform. L of C of t is equals to L inverse of C of S. To get the inverse Laplace transform, we write the equation, as follows the equation, and that equation will be changing to a C of t value now. So, C of t is equals to 1 minus omega n by 2 into, so this is all in the, here only 1 by s is there and here 1 by s1 and s plus 1. So the term that is s is having here will be converted into a Laplace transform, C of t value 1 and 1 omega n divided by 2 root of zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s1, which is having s value will be only be converted. S plus 1 is e power minus s into t. Okay, e power minus s into t and plus omega n divided by 2 root zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s2 will be the 1 by s2 into 1 by s plus 2. 1 by s2 into 1 by s plus 2 is 1 by s2 into e power minus st. Here s2t and here s1t we can write. Okay, we can write e power minus s2t and e power minus s1t. From the inverse Laplace transform we get these values. Okay. After getting these values, now what we do is we will be writing this equation C of t is equals to 1 minus omega n by 2 root zeta square minus 1 into e power minus s1 t divided by s1 minus e power minus s2 t divided by s2. So, taking out common here. Now, s1 is equals to zeta omega n minus omega n into square root of zeta square minus 1. You can substitute it here. S2 is equals to zeta omega n plus omega n into square root of zeta square minus 1. Okay. So, we can find out the response of the overdamped system. How is the overdamped system? Does it oscillate or not? It does not oscillate. From these equations, we can say that it is not oscillating. So, we have seen here that the C of t value after applying the inverse Laplace transform. So, from this equation it was being s plus s1 and here it is s plus s2. So, by applying the inverse Laplace transform we have got this value. We have in the beginning of the this partial fractions and Laplace transform I have given one already some list. So, from that you can write these values, you can remember these values. So, what is this 1 by s1 1 by s plus s1 is equals to e power that is e power minus s1t, e power minus s1t, and what is e power minus s2t? E power minus s2t is 1 by s plus s2. Okay, in terms of this C of t value, 1 by s plus a form. If you do 1 by s plus a in the Laplace transform, what you get here is 1 by e power minus at. So now what is the response? The response of the overdamped second order system has no oscillations. So we will write that one now. How? So if we draw the characteristics for it, the graph for the second order system with the overdamped case. Here we see that zeta is equals to 1, some random values here. It is the C of t and it is t. Here we can observe that this second order system has no oscillations. This system has no oscillations, but the response takes longer time to reach the final steady state value. Okay. So we can write the conclusion here that the response has no oscillations. The response has no oscillations of overdamped case of second order does not have oscillations and oscillations, but it takes longer time for the response, to reach a final steady state value, So this is the conclusion of the overdamped case second order system for its unit step input. We are seeing that this it is taking longer to settle for a final steady state value, as in the previous cases oscillations were there and it was settling after some time, but here it is taking a longer time. So we can, for a overdamped case, we can say that it takes longer time to reach the final steady state value, and also it also has no oscillations. So students, I will like to conclude the class here, and in the next class we will be dealing about the time domain analysis and various time, that is settling time, rise time and peak time. Okay, all these definitions we will discuss. So thank you, we will meet in the next class.